Have you ever seen such a lucky cat? It never even watches where it's going, yet somehow, the road is always paved for it. Even if it falls from a great height, there's always a lucky tree waiting to catch it. But on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, there's Anna, the queen of bad luck. She's never had a lucky day in her entire life. First thing in the morning, fallen leaves get blown straight into her room. She goes to close the window, but loses her balance, tumbles onto the bed, and bounces right into the closet. Her socks are never a matching pair, and whenever she showers, she somehow gets locked in the bathroom. She tries to push the mop away with toothpaste, but the doorknob just falls right off. By the time she finally gets the door open, what greets her is ow! Even having breakfast feels like torture. The moment she spreads jam on her bread, disaster strikes. She reaches for a tissue to clean up, but ends up ripping it to pieces. She tries again, and this time the entire roll unravels and falls. She barely manages to get ready for work, only to find her bike tire completely flat. When she tries to pump it, pump breaks on the spot. Thankfully, Anna's clever enough to improvise, still work on time, but while organizing the shelves, she ends up getting herself tangled and stuck. When she tries to sort out the tape, she turns the whole area into a chaotic mess. Sometimes, just walking past a shelf, her hair gets caught on a stray label. She can't even manage to write a proper line of text. After barely surviving the long day, she only wants a nice meal after work, but every restaurant is completely full. Out of options, she's forced to sit by the roadside, and that's when a little black cat shows up. Anna breaks her last piece of bread in half and shares it with the kitten. Watching the cat devour it hungrily, she can't help but pour out her troubles. But suddenly, the black cat grabs the bread and bolts. Anna can only sigh and say goodbye. At that moment, she notices a coin lying on the ground. She picks it up and slips it into her pocket. Little did she know, this coin was about to change her fate entirely. The next morning, when leaves start blowing in, the window closes itself before she even touches it. She bends down to pick up her socks and finds miraculously they're a perfect pair. Sensing something strange, she suddenly remembers yesterday's coin, so she decides to run a little test. Holding the coin in her left hand, she drops a slice of bread with jam in her right. It lands flat on the ground, with the jam side facing up. She sets the coin aside and tries again, but this time the bread slaps her right in the face. Anna can hardly believe it. She tries over and over, and no matter what, the bread always lands jam side up. Plates practically launch themselves into the sink, and bread falls neatly into her hand, as if guided by magic. With the lucky coin in her pocket, Anna's fortunes soar. She never has to wait at red lights on her bike. She breezes through work tasks and never again gets tangled on the shelves. She can even kick things into perfect order with her foot. She never has to wait in line for the restroom. But one day, she accidentally drops the coin into the toilet. And of course, it's a motion sensor toilet. Anna climbs onto the guardrail, reaching down to fish it out. Just as her fingertips brush the coin, a drop of sweat falls. And in that instant, everything goes back to the way it was before. Anna finds herself back at the very intersection where she first picked up the coin, and just then, the little black cat reappears. When it learns Anna lost the coin, the kitten gets so furious, it suddenly speaks in human words. Anna is stunned. She glances at the collar on its neck and sees the exact same pattern as the lucky coin. Turns out, the coin had belonged to the cat. Anna begs for another one, but the kitten only turns away.